Hey, welcome to Everything Cottrell, and today I'll be making beginner-friendly rose water. So these are my beautiful roses. Some of them are more seasoned than others, so I will be using the ones that are more seasoned for this tutorial. Rose water is good for your hair. That's what I would like to use it for, and also your skin, but I am more interested in using it for my hair. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the roses that I will be using for this recipe, and yeah. Okay, so these were my more seasoned roses. I am going to take the roses off of the stems and start ripping the petals apart. I really would prefer to use the petals that are like still moist. I am going to put the petals into the pot. So yeah, gonna take the petals off, and I will speed this process up. I have a few more roses I could use, but I think this is plenty. This is more than enough petals. Well, this one is pretty moist. Let me get that one in there. But yeah, this should be plenty of petals. Before I put the petals in the pot, I forgot to mention that you're going to need I'm going to use a bottle of purified water, and I have 2 Pyrex glass bowls, and yeah, this is what I'm going to start with. I'm going to put the bigger Pyrex bowl inside of the pot. Sorry, the pot, not the pan. And I'm going to put the smaller one inside of that one. So now it is time to put the rose petals on the side of this bowl. Like I said, I have, I'm sure, more than enough rose petals. And this actually should be good. I'm trying not to be wasteful, but some of these are not needed. Okay, so now I am going to, I'm not left-handed, sorry. I'm gonna have to put the camera down for a second. All right, so I'm gonna pour my purified water into my measuring cup. You don't have to do that step, but the water inside of the pot. And as you can see, my pan was hot already. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more water. Another bottle of water. I'm not gonna pour it all in this time. I'm gonna add some more water to the side of the pot again. And this is what makes the distilled effect. I am no scientist, so I have no idea exactly the literal terms for everything that's going on, but a process will happen. Please excuse my not so pretty lid for my pot. This lid upside down, and there will be steam that will be created from the water on the sides of the bowl, and the water when the steam comes up, it will like be collected on the inside of the pot and it will drip inside of that second bowl there. Something that will definitely speed this process up is adding ice cubes to the top of the pot, well, the top of the pot. So I am going to grab some ice cubes and just spread them around the top, around the lid. Okay, so I have my ice cubes. I have one of those bendy flexi ice cube trays, so this may be a little bit hard. To make this a little bit easier, since I only have one hand right now, I am going to do this off of camera. Alrighty, so I have all of my ice cubes sitting on top of the lid. And I am going to actually, because the lids that I've seen people make the distilled water for the rose water with, they usually don't have like holes like this one. So I'm just going to plug this one up with this aluminum foil. We'll just, yeah. It's not perfect, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I'm just going to wait until all this ice melts to check up on this process, and I will be right back. The still process is taking effect. You know that because of all of the water droplets are on that outside of the pan. I mean the lid. I keep calling it a pan. But yeah, and the ice is melted a little bit, so it's been about 5 minutes since I began this process, so I'll check back in once the ice has melted some more. Alright guys, I am back and I have my stove turned off. So yeah, it's still pretty hot in there. So this is all of the distilled, well, my camera's starting to get all smoky, but inside of the glass bowl is all of the distilled water that was collected. I'm about to get ready to take that out, and then I actually decided that I watched 2 different methods and I got kind of mixed up, so I'm gonna have 2 versions of rose water to show you guys. So you know, two is better than 1, so why not? Okay, so I have my oven mitt on, and I am just gonna try to, hold on. I'm gonna try to carefully pour the distilled water into my measuring glass. Now this glass is all like purpley colored, but I'm gonna pour that water into here as well. And that gave me about 1 cup of rose water that is distilled. So now I have to separate this mixture, so I'll be right back and show you guys how I do that. All right, so I have this bowl prepared with the stocking cap at the top so that I can separate the roses from the water. And before I do that, I'm gonna get my spray bottle and I'm gonna pour the distilled rose water into this spray bottle. So I'm gonna try to manage with my right hand for you guys. I know this is kind of dangerous, but it is what it is. Okay. So there's a ton of water in here. So I'm going to take this stocking cap off. Such a beautiful color. I'm gonna just let this like seep and drip out of here. So there you have it. We have our distilled rose water and we have our boiled rose water. As you can see, the distilled rose water is lighter in color and the boiled rose water is darker. That's because the roses were, you know, directly inside of the water. The distilled rose, I can't say it. The distilled rose water is used more for commercial use. So it's more of a high quality rose water to use. And I did do a little smell test. And this, well, the distilled rose water smells a lot stronger than the darker rose water. So yeah, after I get finished with the distilled rose water in my hair, I will be trying out the boiled rose water. But thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something and you try out this little recipe for your hair.